For the first time, you hear directly from Sunita Williams. What was it like in the space station? In space, literally for 9 months. A journey that was supposed to be for 9 days, turning into 9 months. And that is when you realize the uncertainty and the difficulties one has to face. Packaged and freeze-dried food was eaten for 9 months. Says she ate grilled cheese sandwich after landing. So the moment she landed, she decided she doesn't want to have the frozen food, and the first taste she wanted to have was the grilled cheese sandwich. Remember, this is the first time that you hear how Butch Wilmore, Sunita Williams were in the space. Many call it stranded. Many say it was also a lesson and work being done while they were on board the International Space Station. So what was the first step that she took when she landed? First, hugged my husband and the dogs. Butch Wilmore says, responsibility of the space saga is on me. So they clearly realize the responsibility on their shoulders. Remember, it's incredible. A 59-year-old Sunita Williams and almost 62-year-old Butch Wilmore, and they've been on this mission together as a duo. Ate packaged and frozen dried food for 9 months. The moment we landed, I ate a grilled cheese hot sandwich. So of course that reminds you, remember, because of the toughness that one needs, not just physical stamina, but the fact that you realize the kind of uncertainty, but also the restrictions you have. There's only so much, and you have to, in many ways, ration that food as well. You didn't hear any of this on board because they also wanted to put out an image of optimism. Let's listen into Sunita Williams.
Oh, well, I'm back. First and foremost, we were always coming back, and I think people need to know that, and we're back to actually, share our story with so many people because, like you all mentioned, it's slightly unique, and there's some lessons learned to it, and part of that is just resilience and being able to take a turn that was unexpected and make the best of it, and I think that is the biggest thing that I want to, pass down, particularly to kids who think that their life should be the straight arrow to what you want to do and you're just going to get there. Well, sometimes it takes some turns, some rights and some lefts, and you just keep focused on your goal, and other doors might be open for you. So I think that's the biggest message. I would have to say yes, absolutely. It's interesting. We go and launch, and we knew it was a little bit unique. Obviously, first time flying on a new spacecraft. So yeah, that was interesting. But then life goes on up there. And I mentioned yesterday, we pivoted and we are International Space Station crew members, and we're doing what all of our other friends in the astronaut office do: is go and work and train and do amazing science experiments up on the International Space Station. So I think you sort of get maybe a little bit tunnel visioned in what your job is. So it's, do your job type of thing, right? And so you're not really aware of what else is going on down here. I hate to say that, maybe the world doesn't revolve around us, but we revolve around the world, like something like that. But I think we were just really focused on what we were doing and trying to be part of the team and making sure we pulled our weight for the team. Of course, we heard some things, and I'll let obviously hand this off to Butch. Heard some stuff from our friends and family that people were interested and wondering what was going on and concerned about our health and all that kind of stuff while we were up there. But I mean, we were just part of the team doing the job, filling in wherever we could, and then knowing that there's rotational flights and we will be coming home eventually on a rotational flight. So no, I don't think we were aware to the degree. Pretty honored and humbled by the fact of when we came home, like, wow, there are a lot of people who are interested, very thankful, very amazed that we could hopefully be one positive element to bring people together. To hug my husband and hug my dogs. And I'll say that in that order, but maybe not. No, I'm just joking. But of course, food. Something that's just like for home for me, like something that is very, reminds you of home. And my father was a vegetarian, so I had a good grilled cheese sandwich when I got home. So that reminded me of him. So many who prepared us for our mission. The commercial crew program with NASA and Boeing, as well as SpaceX, really got us ready to go. All of the trainers here at Johnson Space Center, the mission control teams all over the country, in Florida to California, so throughout the whole country, as well as what we're doing now. Our teams here are getting us ready to get, rehab and get ready to take on new challenges. So, feeling good since we've been back almost 2 weeks now. Actually went out and ran 3 miles yesterday, so I will give myself a little pat on the back. Our trainers are rocking it and getting us ready to get back to help out with the new astronauts as they're getting ready for their mission. So the biggest thing I want to say was thank you.
All right, so that's the first time that we hear from the woman who we had been watching with regard to how her life has been in space, the first step that she took on 19th of March. Joining me, India Today's Senior Assistant Editor Science, Sibu Kumar Tripathi. Sibu, good morning. I think this has been a logical conclusion to that journey, and she jokingly says, what I noticed was that I ate a grilled cheese sandwich, but it also reminds us of 9 months of how she ate frozen food, and it reminds you of the kind of restrictions, limitations, and yet the toughness one needs.
Definitely, I think spending 9 months in space is incredible in more ways than one. To live on a mission where you're supposed to just live for 8 days and then suddenly it extends for nearly 8 to 9 months. It takes a lot of physical and mental toll, and I think that's where food is very, very important. If you have good food, I think you had a good company on the space station, and NASA is known for preparing some of the most well-curated, well-processed, well-developed food for the astronauts. So in the beginning, they had all the food that they had carried with them on the Skyliner spacecraft. Followed that, cargo resupply missions were conducted, and then all the food were sent from NASA to the space station. But then again, at the end, these are all processed, packaged foods that have been prepared well in advance. So once she lands, I think that grilled sandwich must have tasted very, very nice.
I'm sure, and it's in many ways a metaphor as well. It's a victory, it's a return. Many thought it was going to be very difficult at one point. Sibu, thank you so much, and you've been tracking it since day one about this journey of Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore. Remember, over the next few days, this was the first reaction. Over the next few days, we'll have more and more about the lessons, details, and how many young enthusiasts watching both of them realizing that there's no deadline, that you can be able to fulfill your dreams at any age and how.